UFC Fight Night is back this Saturday, being headlined by our very own middleweights, Jack Hermansson and Sean Strickland. It's going to be a very interesting fight. Could be stand-up, could be grappling. Both of them are very well qualified. Talk about what we think is going to go down this Saturday.
Yeah, so talking about Sean Strickland, I think he's a phenomenal fighter on a 5-win streak, 3 of those being by TKO. He is a monster when it comes to the stand-up. He obviously doesn't care who he's fighting. He'll be in your face. He'll
walk you down.
Throw those bombs. He does stand a little flat-footed, but I mean, he just is relentless, right? Then you have Jack Hermansson, Mr. Wrestler. He just wrestled Hamza. He did lose, but hey, you don't take losses, you take experiences, you learn. So he's definitely going to utilize everything he learned from Hamza in the fight. I do think it's going to go to the ground. I think that's going to be Hermansson's play. Get him to the ground and get the submission. He got the first round against Gastelum. He's able to do it. So I want to see Hermansson be able to get it down, put in that work for the wrestling, the whole camp. I mean, do some striking, but dude, you can't outstrike Strickland. It's just not going to happen.
I think that Strickland's flat-footedness, we'll call it that, is going to be his downfall. When we saw him fight Uriah Hall most recently, I don't think that was a good test for Sean. There was something going on in Uriah's head where I don't feel like he was fighting 100%.
And it maybe could have been from the Weidman fight.
Yeah,
maybe
could have been traumatized from that. If he just wasn't had his head back in the game yet. Right. But to see such a, we'll call him decorated. I know he's not a champion, but he's a very, very good fighter. Uriah Hall, coach, a very dynamic, very good fighter. To see him get pieced up like that with little to no rebuttal was, I don't want to call it a fluke, but I feel like if that would have happened 10 times, it's not going to go that way every time. So now you're going to put Jack Hermansson. Jack Hermansson just took a wrestling L to Hamza Chimaev, the big up-and-coming star of the UFC. I think he's in the gym. I think he's training hard. I think he's going to come out in force.
Strickland really has one way of fighting. I think he has one submission win in the UFC, so I really don't think that winning by submission or winning by ground time is in his pocket.
I 100% agree. I just think that Jack Hermansson has more tools in his belt, as Chase says. He can fight you standing up. He can fight you on the ground. He's a superior wrestler. He's a superior grappler. Now, anything could happen. It's a fist fight. We're locked in the octagon. Anything could happen.
And Strickland is a savage.
He's a savage. He's on a 5-win streak, and you don't go on a 5-win streak in the UFC for nothing. You have to take him seriously. Jack Hermansson cannot underestimate his opponent by any means, because Sean Strickland has an over 80% takedown defense as well. So as much as he likes to keep the fight standing up, he has the oomph to back it up and keep the fight standing. It's not that he's fighting guys that haven't tried or attempted to take him down, where only few have succeeded. But the thing about it is Sean Strickland shuffles forward. He fights really straight. He doesn't have dynamic footwork. And I think that's where Jack is going to be able to create the advantage. He's going to be cutting angles. He's going to be attacking with different looks, waiting for that opportunity to shoot. And if he does get him down, then I really do think that Strickland is going to be in more of a world of trouble than if it was in reverse.
Hey, Jack, you better be in those wrestling camps.
Yes,
I want to
sir.
see you putting in the work on the mats.
Yeah, we don't want to see what happened with Hamza happen again with Strickland.
If Strickland body slams you, Hermansson, just, okay, please.
Yeah, we don't need to see that. I have faith. I'm gonna give it to Hermansson, but I do personally think the fight's gonna go. It's gonna go the distance.
You think it's gonna go the distance?
I do think it's gonna go the distance.
I think it's gonna be Hermansson finish submission.
Okay.
Third round. Sorry.
Third round submission. I think they're gonna go the distance. I don't really see any of these guys.
I think he tires them out on the ground.
They don't knock people out. These guys don't really knock people out. I mean,
I've never seen Sean be really put in the corner though. I've never really seen him get drowned on the ground. So I really want to see how he operates in the later rounds.
100%.
After, having a couple rounds of being somebody on top of him.
And as much as I'm gassing up Hermansson and his wrestling, Sean Strickland is he's no joke on the ground. I mean, he definitely can hold his own.
For sure.
He trains with some of these guys in the UFC. He trains with Chito Vera in the bantamweight division. He knows how to throw down. He knows how to wrestle. He knows how to do jiu-jitsu. He has very good stand-up. I just think it's very one-dimensional stand-up. And it's worked for him, but I think the element of it that's working for him is the pressure. The pressure and the pace. He's walking you down. He's not stopping. He's coming at you. And I just feel like Hermansson,
like Tony Ferguson.
100%. But the thing about Tony is like,
more dynamic.
He's so much more. He's coming at you
elbows,
with so many different things, not just
sure.
straight ones and twos.
Yeah.
So We'll see. That fight's going down this Saturday. Like I said, I think it's going to go to the distance, but I do think Jack Hermansson's going to get it done. I really do feel like his wrestling is what's going to win him the fight. You can check out one of our other videos. We do talk about wrestling and how it's weighed and how it's judged in the UFC. And in this day and age, with Jack being the superior wrestler, I do think that's what's going to be what gives him the dub.
And I can completely see why you say that, especially thinking if you think the fight's going to go to decision. Because if it goes to decision and wrestling is being into play, you know Hermansson's going to be catching the dub.
100%. All right. That's it for this episode today. Just a quick preview. We'll see you guys after the fights this weekend for our post-fight analysis.
Go like and subscribe. It's been the S Tier Boys. See you next time.